You are about to embark on a journey to the sealed realm of Eldarin. Over millennia has passed since a war between the gods and devils was waged, threatening the fate of all realms, until one day a savior appeared. Solus Vigilus, a young woman pure of heart, sword in hand, sought to put an end to the conflict. After many a hard-fought battle, her story came to a close, but with her dying breath, Saint Solus used the last of her power to purge the troublesome deities from Eldarin once and for all, ending the war. After the turmoil, the damage done seemed to be irreparable. All seemed lost until the discovery of the depths of Dystaria, unearthed by the final conflict of the war. A dungeon with countless untold secrets, when plundered, gave man the resources to move forward once more. It has been over 1,000 years since the dungeon was unearthed, and to this day, it is believed to be vastly unexplored, drawing in venturers with its promises of fame and fortune to those able to survive its many trials. Now, please join me in telling the story of 3 such adventurers whose fates have yet to be decided by the roll of the die. Change your tag to your gamer name,
Let me figure
nickname?
out what the hell I named my character.
I know, I forget
God.
too.
Oh yeah. Sabion Edune.
So that's how you pronounce it.
I told you how to pronounce it. I said.
Yeah, I know, but like reading it and hearing it is like 2 different things. You know, I know I saw like your breakdown of it, but yeah.
Where the hell is Discord?
I am probably going to be just using my character's first name and not last name for most of the sessions, because the last name is just
Yeah,
too many letters.
Irel is kind of nice, but then I don't even know, like my brain doesn't even allow my like tongue to like make the motions of whatever the hell your last name is.
That's Irish surnames for you. And fun fact, there are 3 spellings of this. I chose the intermediate spelling. There's still the beginner and advanced spelling for this name.
Yeah. So Sabian?
I don't see a feat for gaining proficiency with shields.
You don't see what?
A feat for gaining proficiency with shields.
Isn't that Shield Master, or is that one that requires shield proficiency?
It doesn't require shield proficiency, hilariously enough.
Oh wow.
I guess it's just like the added benefit of like you can now use a shield. So, let's see where to begin. So, does everyone want to introduce themselves with their people names first?
Did we not already do this?
Well, this is like the session 1. Like session 0 is like the director's cut, you know. Like not everyone gets to tune into that, you know. So I'll do the start. I am DM of the Roll of Fates, Vincent.
Cool. I'm Alex. I'm playing a wizard named Reynolds.
I'm Ulrich. I am playing Iril Malomnai, a dwarven cleric.
I am Lorelai. I'm playing Sabion Etune
Alright.
because the my keyboard mashing sounded vaguely French, so I went with it.
Oh yeah, you did mash for your name. A little bit. I like that. It worked out. So, Erails, Sabian, and Reynolds.
Yo.
It's a good ring to it. I don't know. It's our 3 musketeers. For sure. Welcome everyone. This is our premiere episode. Hope that everyone enjoys. So I bring up some DM stuff. And so does anyone want to start off? We are in Bellator, the capital, Dysteria. You are 3 adventurers that have been essentially on a small journey from a neighboring state together, all seeking to enter the depths of Dysteria, a legendary dungeon, which, you know, legends and riches are essentially go hand in hand together. You could find magical secrets. The dungeon seems to almost never end. Everyone essentially goes down there to make their fortune, or even just, you know, hike up the fees on their guild work, saying that they even stepped foot in the dungeon and how far they made it. So
It shall be a test of our courage and prowess.
yes.
Agreed.
And one of the easier ways to get down into the dungeon, and is sort of like a popular way, is that in the ruins there are teleportation circles that are engraved, typically. So this society that was there utilized circles, and essentially each circle is uniquely different in that it's almost like an area code or a zip code or a phone number that mages can just type down, and you interact with that using a spell scroll, and you can teleport to that part of the dungeon, as well as exit the dungeon. If
Crap.
need
Did
be.
we
It
get
is-
a
it
spell
is
scroll in our way?
somewhere-
I don't think we have one of those.
It is, well, I was going to get to that.
Oh.
We'll maybe find one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Yeah. So, while you were making some friends and in the inn with, I'm still learning the names here.
Me?
Yes,
Sabian.
Sabian. Sabian has some connections with the local innkeepers, and she's able to get some knowledge on a seller of such a scroll, because usually adventurers covet these and keep these as like their own trinkets to explore further. But there's a party that lost a couple of members in a struggle. The wizard is able to record the coordinates down and is willing to sell it at a somewhat decent price. Yeah.
How much do they want for it?
They only want 600, and they said 600 gold piece, which you do have, because I
Oh.
say so. And
Okay.
this is session 1.
I have 0 objections. Let's go.
Yes.
All right.
So that is in your possession. The only thing now that you know, would want to do is, for using the scroll in one of the etched areas, is if you want to go into the city, barter, buy more items, more potions, you can speak now or forever hold your peace. Before you
Beyond
go in
the
and just ask
Magical
people.
600, do we have any resources beyond that?
I do have a small agate, very inexpensive piece of gemness.
A couple of you rolled for health potions the other day as well.
Yeah, and
In session
if you-
0.
I have some supplies, but mostly just supplies.
Then I think we're feeling confident.
Yeah, if you're feeling confident, we can just go now. If you wish.
I am
Unless you
feeling
want to
confident.
ask the seller what happened.
Oh,
I'm-
yeah.
I'll hold
No.
your hand a little bit.
I am rather curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe teleporting into the side of a masker is a bad idea.
So Sabian's
but-
definitely there and talking with the seller of the scroll, wondering why that they're giving this away for like such a cheap price.
How much are scrolls normally? Are these kinds of scrolls
For a spell scroll teleportation like this, and especially because it's a relatively unexplored area of this dungeon, you would think that the person would want like 3,000 gold for it. To eat, especially because this is like trade. This is like adventurer trade secrets. You're
And
wondering
so
why it's
I-
only 600.
And so I am confident that this is a genuine article.
Yes, you could send it. You give it to Reynolds, and he's a wizard, and he would somewhat know about the glyphs of this area, and they're very specific. Like the runes and glyphs are some sort of speech that very few people know. This like ancient language. People just call it the Styrian. Essentially, the runes make it so that, or the glyphs and everything in the scroll make it so that it can't lead to anywhere else but inside the depths of the Styria dungeon.
All right. So, so I asked the wizard. So what's the story here? Why are we letting go of this at such a low price?
Well, we got ambushed, and I'm just a gnomish wizard, and I'm getting too old for this. We lost our barbarian, we lost our fighter. A good.
Ambushed by what?
There was an insectoid. Bunch of insectoids. We did wall off the area. We were able to cast Shatter on the ceiling above the pathway, closing that off forever. Possibly. We were able to make it to a teleportation room, and that is the farthest that we got.
To be clear, you sealed off the area that we're going to with this.
I think they
Not
sealed off an
quite.
adjacent area.
Or is it an adjacent area?
An adjacent area. The room that you will be sent to has 6 doorways. We sealed off 1.
These insectoids, are these creatures that you had fought before? Were they new creatures you had never seen before?
It was unlike anything we'd ever seen. Like mantises with fleshy skin and many eyes. Almost steel-like
Yes,
sides
the horrors
for
of the dungeon are
heads.
many.
Yes.
I motion for one of the inn staff to bring our friend another drink and say, I'm very sorry for the loss of your comrades. Tell me, did you recover their bodies? Is there anything we could bring back for you to remember them by?
We weren't able to recover anything. We had to leave them behind. They nobly sacrificed themselves against the horde of these creatures.
Indeed. Buying time to collapse the ceiling.
Yes.
Fitting tomb for brave souls.
Very, very much so. It still troubles me, and I just don't want to go back down into these depths. I've had to explain this to their families, and it's been just a mess.
We
But we
find...
will carry on in their name and in yours, and you are called?
My name is Gregory.
Very good, Gregory.
Oh,
Yes.
Gregory, we shall keep an eye out for anything that your comrades have left behind, so that you may know
Yes.
that they know peace.
Yes, if you find those damn things, you can take them out. You know, give them one for old Gregory Weaver. And then he says drinks are on me tonight, and he...
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. He gives some
kind of him.
coppers and gets you guys some ale.
We'll toast Gregory's fallen comrades.
Yeah.
And then toast our own future success.
Indeed.
Yes, I wish you luck. Everything that we saw down there, the place has not been traversed in, at least not for decades. So there's probably still prime areas to be explored down there.
Excellent.
Yes. So what do you do now? It's going to be the next morning after this, unless you want to do more RP session drinking of the ale and...
I think if we're not completely exhausted, this is a good time to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think we might as well. At this point, we're probably rested, all packed up, ready to head out.
Yep. Yes, you are.
I have everything ready to go.
Awesome.
As do I.
So, you go to one of the main pillars of the surface area, which is where people later learn that you could teleport down into these places from. And you go to a pillar in the capital, you use the scroll, and you're met by a lot of eyes on your way there. Honestly, like a lot of people have kind of like heard this story, but Sabian, only you really had like the connections to like get this item. So some like people are kind of curious of like the people that bought the scroll. You can kind of tell. Like you get some vague questions about it from people as you go in, because a lot of the adventurers are like nosy. Like I said, it's like trade secrets. These teleportation scrolls when another adventuring party like gives up the ghost and disband and all that. So it's kind of like a point of intrigue.
Wasn't expecting such celebrity.
Yeah, it kind of, even though you guys are complete newbies around the area, it kind of does give you like an air of celebrity that you're able to get a piece like this.
We should absolutely play this up.
Yeah.
Oh, I have
Try my
absolutely
best.
playing it up.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
So you just make your way to the circle and you go?
Yeah, I guess
No
so.
time to wait. No time like the present.
Yep. You also have like a return to the circle where you're in right now too, scrolls, so. But you also have to be in a teleportation circle room to use it.
Yes.
Alright,
Yes, so it's
so
not just
do
a tap out, like, okay, take me out of the simulation, go to the nearest payphone, the Matrix kind of deal. It's just like, you have to go, well, it is kind of like that. You have to go to the nearest payphone, which is the teleportation room that you're about to appear in. So, you feel a surreal sensation as, everything just goes into lights, and you appear down below in a very tall ceiling room. Everything kind of domes out, and there's these magnificent yet ancient marble pillars. As we would know it in the real world, it's kind of like sort of like a Greek construction, almost looking like.
Alright.
As you look around, you see the 6 doorways, and you see the cave-in that Gregory Weaver has pointed out that would be there. Everything seems as it would be. So as you would know, to the north, you see a caved-in area. To the right, and then to the bottom of you, you see 2 pathways that have doors that are barred. And then you have one pathway that cuts through the center horizontally. And this pathway is just wide open. You think you can actually see some sort of machinery in another room, potentially, like some very primitive machinery.
And is
What it looks like in the
this
shadows.
place well lit, or would it benefit from a bit of torchlight?
The room is somewhat well lit.
Alright.
You can see fine, you're a dwarf.
Well, yeah, but my
But
other
everything outside of there,
my other friends are not dwarven.
yeah,
I'm gonna say I light a torch.
yeah. So
Agreed.
yeah, there's just one huge open pathway that cuts through it horizontally, and those places are all open.
Well,
Any preference?
I say we should stick to the most clear path, going down the center.
I agree.
Where will you go, east or west, though?
Let's go east.
I agree.
I just pick a direction, point down that direction, and well, if we're gonna start somewhere, we might as well start with the path well traveled,
All right, I'll
or
take the
the path
lead.
of least resistance.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
take
so
the
you
lead warily, batting aside any cobwebs that come by.
go to the east, and you enter a very large room, about as large as the room that you had been in before. And this room has a pathway that is actually, it's funny that you said like a freeway, but there's actually an enormous gate with a lock on it, kind of halting the path. And there's also a room to the right of the entrance that seems to be open.
I peer down the room. Am I able to see what's in there?
Just roll a perception check.
That is a 19 plus whatever. That's really high. It's 22.
Okay. 22. You believe that you see nothing of interest. You think you might see some movement, but
That's of interest.
yeah, you see a movement in the corner of the room to your left, and it seems like a door kind of moved.
The door moved.
The door moved. There's a door into a room neighboring this room, and it moved as soon as you peeked your head in and you
All right.
looked
In
around.
that case, I'm gonna fully step into the room because I'm carrying a torch, and they're gonna have seen me anyway.
I follow, close behind.
Indeed. I will call out, is anyone there?
You don't hear any response.
I pick up a loose rock and I throw it at the door.
The rock sticks to the door.
I'm going to really quickly...
And roll initiative.
Ah.
There it is.
I was about to mark our way back. But this will be fine.
12 plus Dex, 14.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Solid 21 for my initiative here.
Oh, a wonderful 9.
Okay. And that's adding your modifiers and everything.
I rolled a 4.
Oh wow. I was surprised by that, Sabian, because I was just like, Lily's gonna have like infinite, dexterity.
I rolled a 4. I have a +5 to initiative, but I rolled a 4, so not much gonna fix that.
Alright.
Okay, who wants to go first as tendrils emerge from the door?
Probably whoever rolled highest.
I did get a 22.
Yes.
Or sorry, a 21.
I believe it is Irad.
Alright.
Top of the round.
I will take the dodge action as I kind of circle around to the side, away from my party just a little bit.
Alright.
And I'm just kind of positioning myself ready to engage if necessary.
It's fair enough. It's a good move. Who's up next in the order?
I think unless the tentacle door has anything higher than a 14 total.
No, you're good.
Cool. Now I'm gonna shoot it. I'll pack it with a cantrip, firebolt.
Firebolt? Okay.
The attack roll is proficiency plus int. 13 plus proficiency, 14, 15 plus int bonus, 18 total.
18 total. That does hit.
Take that, you dwarf. And firebolt does some kind of damage that's
Yes, it
written down in
does.
a
I think it's a
book.
D8.
Hooray!
10.
D10.
10.
Yeah, it's one
Oh,
of the
that's
best.
right. 6. It does 6 damage. Yeah, you start to see mouths and, like, as the door opens, you see that it's just serrated teeth, red eyes, coming forth. Anyone that knows anything about dungeon, it's a mimic.
Yep.
Yes.
Talking's a
Aha!
free action, so when is a door not a door, friends?
Is this a...
When it's ajar?
When it's dead.
Oh.
And I'll prepare to shoot it again. I know good wizard riddles.
Excellent.
Yes. Now it is
Aha.
the.
Yeah. No, I just scream, aha! I've heard stories.
Yeah, you may not have ever seen one up close. This is your first time dealing with anything that's like an eldritch horror. Kind of feet ballpark there, but yes, it's going to go, and it's going to slither and kind of like lash its tongue towards. I'm gonna guess it would have catched it, like Iril would have gotten its attention the most because you moved around the room deepest. I know you took the dodge action, so it's gonna be a disadvantage.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll for that, and it's going to get a 14 highest.
That is a miss.
Okay. So the tongue lashes at you and misses.
Dodge deftly out of the way.
Yes.
There seems to be no reasoning with this creature.
Yes. Now it is Sabion's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna...
This thing is kind of in the middle of the room now.
I'm gonna run forward and hit it with an attack.
Yes.
An attack with my rapier. Also, because Swashbuckler is OP,
Yes.
and
You just get sneak attack for free unless it's near an ally. Yes.
I mean, it's kind of odd because I think the way it is worded is if I am 5 feet of the target and nothing else was within 5 feet of me,
Yep.
and I think that includes my allies too. So I basically have to be alone in order to do this.
Yeah. I think that is how it is worded.
That
But
is
we'll
how
always
it
go
is.
back to check.
I actually read this last night at a different session.
All right. So let's throw. That is a 15.
That hits?
All right. Drop a 1d8 on this. That is a 2 plus a 1d6 is 3, and I add my dex for a finesse weapon, right?
Yes.
So that is 5 plus 3 is 8.
8 damage?
Yep.
Yeah, you jab it in one of its many eyes as its back is turned, and it just kind of like shrieks and looks over to you, now taking notice.
Eyes up front!
Yep.
I shout as I stab it in the eye, I guess.
Alright, top of the round.
Alright, seeing as it's a bit more vicious than I anticipated, I will raise my hand up high and cast Word of Radiance. It needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Thanks, Brendan.
Got an 18.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, that succeeds.
Mimic's got
I
strength
think-
and con, man.
Yeah, I suspected so. Well, it takes 0 damage, and I will...
So you like kind of misfire a spell in the heat of the moment, and it glances. Body just kind of blorps out of the way.
But
It's trying to get more battle awareness as things are going on.
it's doing a good job, that's for
Yes.
sure. I will end my turn then, on the opposite side. Kind of opposite of Savion.
On the top of the round, it's Reynolds.
Good. I will move in a different direction from Savion and Iril, trying to spread out so this thing can't pick a lot of targets at once. And zaps it with another cantrip.
Sounds good to me.
10 plus 5 for 15.
15 hits.
Groovy. 8! Ah! Burn.
Yes, it screeches as it takes more burning damage. See that you just keep hitting more of its eyes. Part of its tongue is kind of scalded off. It's not doing so hot anymore. Until it's
Can't
probably
take
regretting its life choices of trying to ambush the party.
Can't take the heat.
Get out of the dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you guys know clever riddles too.
Yeah.
Go team.
Alright, this is its round. I believe that having stabbed it, that Sabian is the de facto closest person to it. So that's the new target. It is definitely going to miss, though. Nearly critical failing. It is going to try to engulf you with its form, but you easily finesse and back out of the way. Like, that was just a pitiful attempt, honestly, by it. Sabian, you're up.
All right.
This thing is
Just
trying to
gonna hit it
retaliate.
again.
What are you going to do?
Just gonna stab at it again with my Black Lion's Fang.
Did I fail to mention that it's a +1 sword?
Oh, is it a +1?
We're going to call it a +1 sword.
Oh shit, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Christ. So a little bit plus. That's an 8. I don't think I hit.
No, you don't.
Right. So yeah, a little bit flustered. My attack goes kind of wide, and I'm.
Yeah, it trying to engulf you kind of made you misstep a little bit, and it's such a dark room. You know, you just,
Yeah.
maybe staggered out of the way and tried to get a desperate hit out, and it didn't work out.
Yep.
That leaves us at the top of the round. With Iriel.
Alright. Seeing as it seems to be very resistant to my magics, I will simply move up nice and close, and I am going to take the help action. I'm going to just like wave my hands wildly at this creature, trying to get its attention to distract it for the next person to hit.
Yes, you definitely get its attention. It definitely maybe sees you as a threat just because it sees shadowy movement coming at it. With your flailing arms, it sees you as the nearest threat. And who are you giving the help action to?
I am going to be helping Sabian here.
Okay. Very, very good. You're kind of like almost flanking it, sort of, but you're further away, so you can't be flanking it. So yeah, this just kind of works out. Reynolds,
Okay.
what's your play?
I think we know what's about to happen.
Firebolt?
Is there any kind of bonus to it, Stacey, for me shooting it with my friends up close?
I'm just gonna say no because Iriel
I'm gonna shoot it again.
Yeah, just shoot it again.
6 plus 5, 11.
11 does not hit.
Okay. Then that's why I'm justifying it up. I'm not going to shoot with my
Yes.
friends moving in. It's a bad idea.
Yeah, you think that maybe Sabian got a little bit too close. You kind of didn't inspire as to not hit her. That leaves the Mimic. It is going to miss, once again, Iriel, as it lunges at you with its tongue, now scorched from Reynolds' scorching ray. It's very unhappy right now.
I'm distracting it too much.
Yeah, you're distracting it too much. It kind of like lurches towards you a little bit too. Just to the side. It's not taking, not disengaging Sabian, but it just took like a 5-foot step.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leaving Sabian's turn.
Alright, so is there a way that I can... I'm assuming at this point that Iriel is kind of close to me, so I'm gonna like strafe to the side, like around it, as to basically engage my sneak attack again.
Oh, you would
Yes,
have had
and you
sneak
get
attack from advantage anyway.
Yes, you get
Oh,
an
yeah.
attack of advantage. And honestly, with a swashbuckler, just using the help action to get her to like proc her sneak attack all the time, is probably gonna
Oh,
work as a strategy.
yeah, that's a good... Yeah, I get sneak attack if I attack with advantage.
Mhm.
18.
Oh yeah, it definitely hits.
Alright. 4 plus a 3 plus whatever. Plus my dex is 13.
13 damage.
Alright.
I lunge forward at it, and yeah, I just kind of do like an aha.
Yeah, you like get into its mouth and actually cut loose some teeth.
Oh my.
Yeah. You're just debilitating this thing's main method of attack, which is its primary mouth. It's not doing too well. It's definitely bloodied and bleeding profusely. You can tell that it does not have too much fight left within it. Top of the round, Uriel.
Alright, I'm going to try this one more time with a word of radiance, because it seems to be getting rather weak. Raise my hand once again, and just shout this word. Make it Constitution saving throw. Let's see.
Fails.
Aha! It takes damage.
Yes, it does. How much damage?
Specifically 5 radiant damage.
5 radiant damage. Yes, it's eyes. So what was the method of the attack? It's just like a blinding flash of energy? Or...
I utter a divine word and burning radiance erupts from me.
Yeah. Until you burn a few more of its corneas out. You know, it's just staggering at this point. Barely able to keep balance.
Did I say 5? Did I say 3 plus 4 plus 3 equals 13 earlier?
Did you?
Did I?
I don't remember.
I don't know, I just finished up my math class, so my brain is just like turned off when it comes to math.
I'm just staring at it. I'm just like, did I roll a 3 and a 4 or a 3 and a 7? And I think I rolled a 3 and a 4, and that's 10. That's not 13.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just going to give you a DM pro tip. This thing does not have long.
It is not long
So
for the
we'll
mortal
just-
coil.
Yeah, so we'll just kind of leave this as, as it is right now.
Keep a better eye on my dice.
Yeah. Yeah. Mistakes were made. We'll grandfather in the mistake. It's fine.
It was its weak point. You hit it harder. Yeah.
So Reynolds.
All right. I'm gonna take a short step over. Since Sabion had good luck hitting it in the center mouth, I'm gonna wait for it to open its face for a screaming, roaring bite attack, and then I'll shoot it with another firebolt. All right. 12 plus 5, 17.
Absolutely hits.
Damage. 7.
Yes, and with that, the creature staggers in through the doorway and just kind of loses its, adhesion and just kind of like starts to slump down into kind of like almost a fleshy puddle upon the floor as it lets loose one final screech as it kind of deflates.
I'm gonna step away from the puddle so it doesn't get on me.
It
We're
is
out of
sticky.
combat, right?
It is in
Oh.
fact sticky, yes.
Oh.
They have naturally
I'll
sticky
shoot it a
skin.
couple more times with the firebolt.
You can definitely cautious hero
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I was thinking about stabbing it a few times, but then I see Reynolds firing a couple more at it just in case, and I decide,
It's cantrips.
Just
I
breaking up
might
the
as
bigger
well.
clumps,
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
get my rapier sticky for no reason.
No.
Yes.
I will actually double back to the door we came through that leads back to the room and take out a little piece, about 3 feet of twine, and drape it on the corner towards the just
Yes.
there.
Okay.
I'll give you an inspiration for that because you did kind of work through that, and I thought that was a good idea for exploring like a near infinite dungeon, which is to have a big spool of twine
Yeah.
through each doorway. So I like that idea.
Oh, shoot. I didn't use ideas. My divination class power. Hey, other 2 party members, roll me each a d20 and tell me what you get. Those will be my divination rolls for the day.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
4.
19, all right. Okay.
19 at 4, that's good ammo.
That's good.
I appreciate this. Thank you, party
That's
members.
really good ammo.
All right. I'll hang on to those for a bit.
Yeah.
Let's go, gang.
All right.
For those of the
Did I search the room
those
that
of
we
the
were in?
listeners who don't know what that means, it means that like any roll that he has, he can turn into a 4 or 19, or anything that's actively acting against him, he can turn into a 4 or a 19.
I could kind of see a little bit of the future, sort of.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Love the divination wizards.
Good lives.
Yeah, if he had like lucky on top of that, I couldn't do anything to him. Like I predict the future, and fate is on my side, so...
Secret protagonist!
Yep.
No, protagonists have bad things happen to them, and we're just getting attacked by doors.
Speaking of
search
which,
the room.
was there a real door behind the fake door?
There was not. There
Oh.
is, like... Actually, yeah, there is. In the other room, it's just kind of, like, gone to age. Like, it's kind of fallen down.
There was once a door here.
There was once a door. The Mimic just mimicked what was there once. Maybe, like, an adventurer kicked it in or something. The Mimic found the area. You know, nothing too extreme.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell is the word? When you like...
Investigate the room? Or...
No, when you, like, hit someone on the shoulder, not, like, hit somebody. Oh my god. You clasp around the shoulder, just around Irel's shoulder, and I just say, like, oh, thank you for the assist there.
You got the hit off, but the rapier is stuck in its form now. Because it's, like, glue. So, yeah. For future reference for how I kind of handle natural ones and natural successes.
Alright. So let us journey forward. What is down? What is on the other side of this door? Can we see it? Can we see through it? I'm assuming it's like not really a door there anymore.
Yeah, I pick up Sebion's torch and peer around the door. Non-door.
Yeah, it just seems to be a little bit like moldy in the room. There's like some fungi in the room. It kind of gives you a really strong mildew smell as you like kind of like go in, kind of wafts in. Yeah.
Oh, so there's a room on the other side of this door, and it smells mildewy.
Very mildewy as soon as you get close to this new doorway.
Any exits from that room that we can see from here? Or other exits from our own?
All you have to do is kind of peer in to see across the room, not too far. These rooms are almost like identical to each other. They have some furniture in them, but some like bookshelves with books on there, like long eroded away. The only difference with this room is that there's a huge mold problem, like large fungi in the room.
Okay.
As you see.
I'm gonna shoot a large clump of the fungus.
Oh my.
You're gonna do what?
I'm gonna shoot it.
Firebolt?
Indeedio. Pew pew.
It happens.
Alright.
Yeah, the room, like, ignites. You believe that there was just so much spore in the air that just kind of caught like a dust fire.
Dust explosion.
Yeah, a small dust explosion. Let's make a little bit of a dex save. DC 10.
Hey! Oh, yeah, well, then that makes this 15 feel less impressive.
I got a...
I say not all of you are in the doorway, so, like, I would say
I definitely
just
was.
Reynolds and maybe Sabion. DC 10
Alright.
dex check.
I got a 21. I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
No damage. Reynolds, you got 15, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, you succeed. No damage to you either. But yeah, it just does make a big dust explosion. Yeah, they were definitely. It was a good call because now you can like notice it. It is probably a dangerous fungus to inhale.
I was about to try and
Poisonous.
see whether or not it was like a known deadly fungi.
Yes. Yeah, but the room's clear now. The stuff
With an
really
emphasis
was,
on
the stuff
dead,
was
yeah.
super flammable.
Excellent.
That was a good call there. I'm gonna wander in the room, keep a cautious eye out, make sure I look up too.
Ah!
Yeah, there's nothing
Don't
on
want
the
anything
ceiling.
dropping on your head there.
Some of the mold was on the ceiling, but that's long gone. It's just kind of smoldering. You kind of got like the scent of burnt hair in there right now.
Oh.
Nice.
It's not a pleasant place to be in.
Are there any? So I'm assuming that anything that was in the room is basically long since gone, or exploded.
In that room,
So-
yeah. In the molded room, yeah, there's a lot that's just like it's pretty much been consumed by the mold. Tones.
Are there any exits? Any other exits to this room?
Not that you can tell. Just
Alright.
Yeah.
I turn to our dwarven map maker and say, maybe we'll come back to this one, huh?
I would say that would be a good plan.
Yeah. Just to be clear, you walk into the mold room. There is another door, but it is shut. Like I said in the beginning, that there is another door there. It is shut.
Ah.
So there
Ah.
is-
Well, never mind. Never mind. Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna throw a rock at this one too.
After our last experience, I don't blame you.
You just hear a thunk and like a light cracking as the wood is ancient and also kind of affected by that mold. So it's just kind of like dry rotted out.
Okay, so it's like a really kind of muted thunk.
Yeah.
And then okay.
No squish. That's good.
No squish, no sticky.
Alright.
I'm going to approach the door. I will open the door, I guess. Alternatively, if it's just that rotted down, kick it down if I can't open it properly.
Yeah, the door
Get
kind of
down,
like you open it, but like the bottom of the door kind of catches the floor in front of it and just like kind of cracks off, and it's sort of gross. You know, it's just that kind of far gone.
I'll take my staff and just kind of move the door bits out of the way without touching it. It's like,
Yeah.
we shouldn't be touching that.
Yeah. Most everything else is secure except for the wooden areas, just because it's mostly all stonework.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Forward.
Alright, I'll drape another piece of twine along this doorway and move along.
Alright.
Something tells me that somewhere down the line, this dungeon, we're gonna come back to a room, and then we're gonna find a piece of twine on a wall.
You know,
Or a mimic
there are
impersonating a piece of twine.
There are stories of something like that happening. It is said that the dungeon kind of ever changes through magical means, but it's typically never something so immediate from what you've heard. And then,
Alright.
even then, it's just hearsay. You know,
Yeah.
trying to make other adventurers lose sleep, you don't know. But there is talk in the streets like, this dungeon is really, really hyped up.
How long are we planning to be down here, gang?
Oh, hopefully we can find something of use or interest, or something worthy of storytelling.
Things
Yes.
worthy of a grand tale.
So, you enter the large room. You see the other side of that large stone door. It had the locking mechanism on it.
Okay, cool. So now we're back in the giant gate room, except we're on the other side of the gate.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Is there a locking mechanism on our side?
No. There is some, stone compartments and cubbies, though.
Huh?
Oh, I've got a torch. I'll poke around those, yeah.
Yeah, just roll investigation.
12. Oh,
12.
plus modifier. 15.
4.
You find what you believe to be the key to that lock.
Well, we might as well leave it open for someone, even if it is just ourselves.
Yeah, so one of you can just walk around the side and unlock
I'll
it.
do
if you
so.
want. Yeah.
Look around.
You do that, you unlock the path, it's all open now.
All right, cool. So now we don't have
The
to go
large
back
lock
into
falls
that.
to the ground. It's very nicely
You
crafted.
see? This door knew not to resist. It opened easily, and thus it gets to live.
Yeah, the padlock is very peculiar, and it's at least like a 20-pound padlock.
My.
I'm 20 pounds.
Like a
I was
20
about to
pound
say-
padlock.
I was gonna say I'm gonna pocket the padlock, but I'm not gonna pocket that padlock.
We should
Yeah, unless you
put
have,
it
like, a bag of
by the teleport entrance on the way
Actually,
out.
Yeah, I was gonna
Take
just
it back
move
up
it
with
over
us,
to
yeah.
the teleport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
That's a
might
curio.
be of use to someone.
Yeah, you take a minute or two to walk back to the entrance. It's like start stockpiling a pile of loot. I
If
can't wait.
someone else
I
comes
can't
down
wait
that
for that to be
particular
this
entrance.
campaign. But wait, we got something else until I eventually just cave in and buy you, get you a bag of holding. Hey, look, there's an ancient bag of holding. Yeah.
Well, it's a very intriguing lock.
Yeah.
Might as well keep it
You
around.
know that somebody would probably want the lock.
Yeah, like somebody's gonna pay for it, even if it's like purely ornamental. Like someone's gonna want it.
There's gonna be some aristocrat nerd that's gonna want like a knick-knack to put on their desk or something. You know,
Good
that's
paperweight.
visiting for business, and yeah, you'll find a buyer for it in a bazaar.
Or just like a big showy lock to put on like a safe or something in front of like the actual locking mechanisms that'll hold better.
Yeah.
But just like something just kind of like to be seen, you know?
Yeah. The lock's really nicely crafted. It has lots of like ornate carvings, kind of like olive leaves, and it's made out of a fine metal. You don't know what the metal is. Probably some sort of steel.
Oh. Could I, with my knowledge of blacksmithing, would I be able to try and identify that metal?
Sure.
Alright.
Welcome to D&D. We're in a dungeon, and instead we're investigating
Yes,
the
a lock that you've already taken care of.
So that's a... with proficiency, that's a 20.
You believe it to be something very close to like a titanium, highly refined steel.
Alright.
Yeah.
It could even be valuable as scrap.
It could be. Somebody might be able to take that and refine it into like a great sword or a breastplate.
Honestly,
Alright.
what's the door made out of?
Door's made out of stone.
Oh, just stone? Okay.
Yeah.
If the door is made out of the same thing, then we can like probably. I'm not even.
pry it
I'm
off
not even
and
kidding.
call it a good
I'm not
day.
even kidding.
Yeah. No
probably
such
have to-
luck. No such luck.
We'd have
Yeah.
To, yeah. We'd have to like hire help to get it down there and get it off and like.
Like
be able to
I said in
transport it,
session
but-
0, that is not out of the realm of options. So you can.
I bet there are
you
people
can
who
go
make their
to
living
like
doing
you
that.
can go to like a bunch of dwarf craftsmen or something and be like, hey, we found this huge vein of valuable resource or this, that, and the other thing down there that we can't move, and you'd pay them money and they'd take it out for you.
Alright.
Or
We
you could
found a
sell
valuable
the rights.
type of
You could sell the
ore.
rights of
We
it
call
to
it
them directly for probably like less.
Door.
Yeah.
A vein of door.
Yeah.
Alright, so anyway, we're back on the other side of the door. What do we see?
After you got into the other room in the first place, the other side of this gate, you heard like the violent rushing of water.
Violent rushing of water.
Yes.
I look around. Is there either like a source of this rushing of water sound?
Is
So
it
you
rushing
walk
towards
into-
us?
You walk into a room, into the next room, or you stick your head into the pathway into the next room.
Okay,
You
so
start to
there's
see that there is like bioluminescent light from the glowing mushroom. The air is like very, very like humid, very moist, humid air. You kind of smell like the mildewy smell again. You're in a very dank part of the cave, but it's not. You know it's just coming from these mushrooms. They seem benign enough. But you see a large bridge over a somewhat deep chasm with a rushing river beneath it.
Does this bridge look at all stable?
The bridge looks, well, you're the stonemason.
Yeah. And the carpenter.
Yeah. So, you can roll a check for it.
I would love to. Wow, that's not as great. That is, with proficiency, a 7.
We trust you.
It looks like a very fine bridge.
Alright.
It
just
doesn't
so-
seem eroded. It seems very, very well chiseled and in place. It almost looks like it's carved out of the bedrock itself that was in the cave
Oh, wow.
naturally. Yeah.
It's just a solid structure across. That's...
It is solid, yeah.
Alright.
How far below us is the water?
Water is about 30, 40 feet below you.
Okay.
So
So-
just to get my mental map correct, so the room that we were in previously, the gate room, there's an entrance to the gate room that leads to the teleporter. There's an exit leading to the mimic room, another exit leading to the mushroom room, and then one last exit that we went down.
Yeah,
Here.
you've taken like a straight line.
Okay.
You're actually a straight shot from the teleporter room. There's a path that
Good,
leads
good.
all the way from the bridge to it, one straight horizontal shot.
All right.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Just
So
for
we now
safety.
have a source of fresh water.
Potentially.
Potentially.
Actually, yes, we do. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yes, it is safe. I can make it safe if it's not.
Cool. I guess I'll take my torch back from from Reynolds. And,
It's yours.
Gingerly walk across the bridge. Yeah.
So
I'll
you get
go
to the
across
bridge, and like you never notice this quite, but you kind of expect it once you get to like the top of the bridge. It's so humid. There's like a fog, and this river, like there's like a cavern that is like cut, like that has like a bend in it. You can't see past the bend quite well, but this you can almost make a perception check. Just somebody make a perception check of some kind.
I'll go ahead and try. Oh, okay.
Okay.
21. And if you're curious, 23.
Yeah, with that, Irel sees it because he has dark vision. You can see the silhouette of what you think is another bridge, like just barely through the fog.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
further
seems to
down the
be
chasm
another bridge
to the south,
to this
Hmm.
in that direction, and I point towards it.
but you don't see any way of getting there quite yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's good to know for now.
Now, Sebion, you are bird-like. Do you have the ability to fly? Because there's a bridge that way, and I'm kind of curious. I'm not entirely sure about it.
Sabian does not.
Okay, just checking.
Nah.
It was worth asking.
Yeah. Do you take offense to that Sabian clearly not having
Nope.
wings but tail and hands?
Oh.
I give him. I
I'm
give
so
him
sorry.
I give him kind of a side
Yeah.
eye.
I
Yeah,
should
it's-
have.
Yeah, that sounds as a DM that sounds a little bit racist. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
You're the bird. Can't you just fly
I know
over
other
there?
birds that can.
All right. So I guess we're just gonna go across the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will drape another piece of twine on our entrance. I'll be doing this throughout the entire place. As we enter rooms, I will be placing more twine.
And as you make the hump over to the other side of the bridge, you notice that there is bodies.
Bodies
Yes.
on the ground. On
Dead
the other side of
bodies?
the bridge.
They seem somewhat long dead. Bodies, different races.
Hmm.
Are
I
they
will
just
approach the dead bodies.
Yeah. Okay, what do you make? Make an investigation.
All right. I'm kind of curious as to what killed these. Ooh, the
I
investigation's
say-
not great. 3.
I say approach with caution. I've
Yeah,
heard
yes.
Stories.
I've also...
Well, I'm not going to desecrate the dead and just shoot them.
Well, hopefully I'll be able to keep clean of them.
Yeah, we let the
Anything-
clerk go first.
Anything worrisome up there?
What was the roll?
3.
3. You can't tell. For
Alright.
certain, all you know is there's 3 bodies that seem to have been long dead.
Alright.
Like they're not
I will...
making a stench necessarily. This is kind of like
They're just so long gone. That they're
Yeah.
just-
What else?
maybe been a few
I'll
years.
go up and try and see what might have caused these people to die.
So you're going to... Okay, so once you cross this bridge, there is only one pathway.
Okay. Just in case, I will take out...
It is a very wide pathway, though.
I will take out a little bit of cloth and wet it with a little water from my supply, and just kind of tie it over my face to try and use it as a bit of a filter.
Alright, I like
Just
that.
in case. You know, precautions, because there have been deadly spores previously. You don't know.
Yeah.
And I will crouch.
You gotta
down.
wear a face mask in these trying times.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I'd
never
like
know
to
who's
try
gonna be
and-
down here. Who's got a bug.
Ooh,
Yeah,
and we have to stay 5 feet away from our swashbucklers so they can proc their abilities.
Yes.
Yeah, social distancing is key.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
can I
yes.
just like crouch down and try and determine the cause of death on the nearest one of these people?
You can.
All right. Is that a medicine check?
I'm actually gonna, yeah, is some sort of forensics that you're doing.
All right. If this counts as medicine, that is a 21.
21. Yeah, you can tell. This seems to just be like stab wounds. Bludgeoning, magic damage. You can ascertain that these adventurers were either killed by each other or killed by another pack of adventurers.
Hmm.
Or possibly, you don't know, it could be like a bunch of undead with like an undead wizard, or you really don't know, but you do know the means is just like a varied bunch of stuff that's probably from like humanoids.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. These ones seem to have been killed by others, other adventuring people. Either themselves or others. I'm not entirely sure, though.
Hmm.
Well,
Yes.
whatever killed them is probably no longer here.
Well, it has been a while, I would assume.
Yes.
Regardless, we shall proceed with caution.
Indeed.
Agreed.
And as I say that, well, as you guys are looking over the bodies, you want to try to loot them at all?
Nah.
Nah?
Nah.
Leave the dead as dead.
Yeah, we can do them on the way back. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, drag their bodies to the teleportation circle.
Oh my god.
Bodies acquired.
Hey, I'm sure there's a necromancer who will pay us for them.
As you go down the path, you actually see a figure walking down the pathway. It's a small,
call out to
tall
it.
figure.
Keep forgetting you can't see what I just did. I waved at it slightly.
You told me in spirit. It's fine. I wish we could all be around the same table. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Agreed.
I miss social interactions so much.
Same.
The only thing that I have is social interaction now is getting in fights with my boss at work. That's it. It's the only person-to-person contact I typically get anymore, except for like my parents, and that's it. It's depressing to say the least. But anyway, the setting personal gripes and feelings aside, yes, you see this figure. They're in white robes. Like resplendent, very beautiful white robes.
Oh.
Wearing a mask, completely white mask, very ornate carvings. It almost looks like it's made out of like a pure white ivory. It has one like jeweled sapphire tear on it.
Do they have any symbols of the Church of the Light?
Yes, you can definitely tell that this is a devout of the light, priest of some sort, but you've never seen anything quite like this. Like, you'll see people in just regular old robes, but these are like completely white with like kind of like gilt fringes on it. The devout of the light emblem is just across the chest of it, and there's like a sash that is blue as the sapphire. Yeah.
Would I know
Skin
anything
is
about...
he seems to be human, dark skin, behind the white mask.
Would
He's
I happen
completely
to know
bald.
anything about this religion or its followers?
You can just do a history check.
I am one of the people who was trained in that religion.
Oh.
He's trained but doesn't follow.
Yeah, trained but does not follow.
Yes.
That is a 13.
13. You've heard of like missionaries, but you've not really heard of anyone just in dungeons for any apparent reason. This
He's
is a very-
living and alone? Just to be
Yeah,
clear?
he seems to be completely alone.
Hmm.
These people aren't the Mages Guild. I don't have a beef with them, do I?
He also seems to be unarmed too. Which is a
Much
weird
like
thing. Yeah.
I will try and draw his attention just a bit. I'll move away from the other two so that they aren't as noticed. And call out to him, saying, "Greetings, my fellow."
He notices you. And he says, "Hello, my child," and he kind of gives you like he just like places his palm like vertically in front of himself and bows.
Do I recognize this as the customary bow of the devout?
It is.
All right,
You
I will
put your
in
left.
kind.
You put your left hand over your heart and you bow. Yes. And yeah, you return the gesture.
Hmm.
He's like,
What brings
What's the
you to the
appropriate
depths?
title?
I'm sorry?
What brings you to the depths?
Ah. While in the depths, I seek out the fallen adventurers and monsters of the depths, and I lay them to rest.
Hmm. Okay, these.
Well,
I
what a
provide
fortunate
advice,
coincidence.
Well, there are.
It is my solemn duty to give the last rites to the fallen of Dysteria.
You are a kind soul.
It just so happens we can't have one of you.
Oh,
Yes, there were a few fallen just over this way towards the bridge.
ah, yes, I see them. Do you know how they came to fall?
It seems that they had an unfortunate run-in with others. Either a quarrel amongst peers or a rogue adventuring party.
It is terrible to see the uglies and evils of the world.
Hmm.
We are all trying to survive in the light of the saints. You know, we are all one.
Indeed we are.
It's terrible that people would do this over trinkets. If you would excuse me.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
Hello.
would you happen to know of an exit from this place?
Uh,
An exit point?
as a matter of fact, if you cross this bridge and just continue straight, you'll find a way out.
Ah. There is a room?
Yes.
Much blessings. May you walk with the saints, and in her light. I wish you well.
Sense motive.
You want to sense motive?
18!
18? Yeah, you can tell that this is, like, very, very fishy. Like, you've never heard of any of the Devout to the Light, like, taking the time to do this, or anything like
Yes.
this. Only in, like, wars would they ever do anything like this.
If I was gonna kill someone in a dungeon, I would definitely disguise myself as a priest going around administering to the weak and the sick. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah, you definitely sense that something is up. Like, he is not right.
I asked
You don't
him-
necessarily think that he's evil, but it's just not right. Like, whatever he's
No.
doing, it's just not normal.
I motion to up ahead of us, behind him, and just ask, what can you tell us of what lays beyond this room?
I've sensed many evil supernatural presences. You may not want to go forward.
You did just come from there, didn't you, though?
And
I
alone.
did.
We could use someone of your skill traveling with us, I say. Or if you'd prefer, we could accompany you back to the teleportation room. I assume you have a spell scroll?
I do have a spell scroll. And he does provide the spell scroll. He actually seems to have multiples. He probably does this often. Again, super weird that a guy, especially because of how dire, and dangerous this dungeon is said to be and have, unspeakably terrible creatures in it, that he would just be wandering around it alone.
This was supposed to be one of the less explored areas of the dungeon too, right?
It was.
So I say you have been through those rooms, so what can you tell us of the things that you saw?
There isn't too much to say. I only look for the fallen of the caverns and pray that they find rest.
Well,
I do not look for any trinkets. I have seen beasts. I have seen many wonders down here in my travels, but I'm just a man out for his own cause. The cause of finding the rest for the fallen.
And
He
a
does
just
the
cause it is.
the bow again. And
anyone can do the bow.
Meanwhile, I'm just completely like, oh yeah, this guy's totally fine.
Yeah. Even you think it's kind of weird.
I mean, about as weird as us being down here.
I don't see
He's still
a reason-
far enough away, right? Not right up on us yet.
Yeah, he's not up on you guys yet. He has not made contact. He is making his way towards you, about 30 feet out.
I say, would you like an escort to the teleportation room?
Says,
Or
"No,
perhaps we could help you pray over the fallen here by the bridge, I say.
Says, well, you do have another priest with you. I'd very much love to be joined in prayer. It is quite lonely down here.
Agreed.
I nod.
Yeah.
I'll motion over to the nearest of the fallen bodies.
And when this priest is up by us now, I'll do a quiet detect magic at them.
Okay. So you use detect magic.
Yeah.
Why don't
This
you?
person happens to be loaded down with items from people who died.
Or, for example, under an illusory spell.
Yeah, just roll for it.
What am I rolling for? It's
Just think
detect
of it, if
magic.
he's wearing pristine white, how the hell has that not gotten dirtied?
Yeah, that's another thing that's really weird about him. Is he is not dirtied at all.
Just detects the presence of magic. And see it as a faint aura visible around creatures or objects in the area that bear magic, and they're the appropriate school of magic. Page 231 of your player's handbook. Whoop, whoop.
Yes. So yeah, you know that this you cast detect magic on him, and it's very, very potent. This is some of the most potent magic that you've actually ever felt over somebody, and he doesn't really have any magical items on him. You can tell that he has his holy symbol, but that's pretty much about it. He has a tome, he has a holy symbol. He seems to be a priest, like he says. He might be a paladin, he might be a cleric. That's basically the vibe you get off of this guy. You also think that the robes might be enchanted to be ever clean.
But what school of magic?
School of Magic?
Yeah, I believe you get that as well.
That's
Yeah.
correct, yes.
What is... I do just say clerical magic, right? If he is a cleric.
It would be more like enchantment, illusion,
Yeah, you would
necromancy.
say,
Cleric magic
yeah, I would
has
say
tools, too.
that's enchantment.
Okay.
Yeah, high enchantment magic. The mask also might be a magical item as well.
Is that normal for this faith?
No.
No.
I ask, I pray this means no offense, but, may I ask what the mask is for? I've never seen such a mask.
Oh. It is a status symbol of sorts of the church.
Do I recognize this symbol as a status?
Why don't you roll a religion check?
Alright. That is a 14.
You don't recognize masks per se, but there are certain garments in Sanctus that do, like, kind of single out what are known as, like, the 17. The enlightened priests and priestesses, also known as, like, the Sublime Council. So this is possibly a very high-ranking member of Sanctus that is here.
Oh, I'm gonna test him. I'm gonna test him. Are you one of the 16?
It is not called the 16, it is the 17.
Forgive me for my error.
Yes.
Just checking.
Can't help but notice that's not an answer.
An answer to what?
The question as to whether you were one of the 17.
I may or may not be part of the Sublime 17. It is a personal errand that I'm on. Not many people know of my pilgrimage that I make to the dungeons. So I typically keep it silent.
Hey,
My peers do know me as the Mourner.
that would be consistent with all. This is what I'm thinking. I'm not saying things out loud.
That's fine.
Um,
You can keep things
That
from me if you
does
want.
that does seem.
Yes.
I'm becoming less and less suspicious of this guy.
Alright,
Alright.
if the priest
Yeah,
ain't
he's just
suspicious,
here.
then I'm not worried.
Alright, at this point, I'm assuming he's, like, pretty close to us. Or if not
Yeah.
past us.
Yeah, we're currently praying over a corpse.
Yeah, you're currently back at the bodies.
Oh, okay.
And yes, you can see him taking a knee. He's praying with his left hand again. And then behind his left hand, you can actually see a faint glow, which is unusual. Behind his heart, which I would want Eril to do a check for.
Alright. Is this any particular kind of check?
Let's do religion again.
Religion. That brings me up to a 10.
10.
Yeah.
You suspect that he's either using like a sanctify spell or some powerful magic that's possibly aided by a mark or a rune.
I think nothing super or out of the ordinary here. It's just yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes, and
it has been good.
as he
good to
does
meet you.
this, the bodies actually like engulf in like almost like a pink goldish light, and kind of just like evaporate down almost like nothing. So they're just left like as scraps of clothing.
It was good to see another devout of the light
Yes.
down in these dungeons.
Ah, but you don't walk with us, I can tell. It is fine. It is important for us to all have faith. In life and death, we are all as one.
On that we can agree.
May you walk with the saint herself. And he does his bow again, and he goes to the teleportation circle. Unless any of you stop him to talk again.
Nah.
Oh, and if you wouldn't mind, we will be coming back this way. Would you be willing to leave the lock?
Says, what are you talking about, the lock? I thought that the path was open.
The path is open. We put a lock on the teleportation circle. We assumed we were the only ones down here.
Now, I'm sure a holy man has no plans to rob us.
A
Please.
physical lock. It's the circle isn't locked or anything. Is what I
Oh,
clarified.
I understand. No, if you've left any trinkets, I will leave it behind.
Oh, thank you.
It's fine.
All right.
There are some interesting keepsakes down here. I do not partake, but some of the craftsmanship and everything is quite
Quite
wondrous.
ornate. Yes.
Yes, indeed.
It is almost as if it is the peak of mortal kind that has crafted such things down here. Fascinating. Fascinating that we all have the potential to achieve such things. But anyway,
Yes, indeed. I am excited to see what wonders lie beyond.
I have seen many things down here. And some of it's good, some of it's bad, some of it's beautiful, some of it horrendous. But I wish you luck on your travelers, and I hope that we meet again on pleasant terms.
And you as well. Someday I would love to hear all of your stories of the things that you've seen wandering this dungeon. But if you have places to be, I will not be keeping you.
Much obliged. He does the bow again for like the 9th time. he's like hopelessly polite.
And thus he lives.
Yeah, far off, like you see like the flash that would indicate that the teleporter went off, because you're still within kind of like the line of sight of it, but just the hump of the bridge kind of obscures it. So yeah, you can assume that he is gone. You may have just stood there like trying to like not turn your back to him in case he pulled anything, but that doesn't seem to really be the case.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna march on forward.
Indeed.
That was quite unusual, but
Not an unwelcome surprise.
yeah.
Yeah.
Onward!
Indeed.
Yes.
Into the fog.
Hey, hello audience. It's your friendly Dungeon Master Vince speaking. Thanks for joining us on Episode 1, Into the Depths, with the Roll of Fates crew. Hope to have many more episodes to come for you in the near future. So yeah, just please do what you can to support the channel. Just subscribe, like, do whatever. I'm trying to maybe get a sponsor in the future. Who knows? And we'll see where this goes. And already a ton of content. This is me in the future. Tons of content to come. So stay tuned. Goodbye, and thanks again for joining us.